Okay, today I want to talk about the DJI Action Osmo camera. I've been testing one out, and I wanted to run it off of USB charging with my, uh, on my motorcycle. I didn't want to have to worry about the battery running dead on me or anything like that. And I've heard people say too that they will shut off after 30 minutes. Well, today I went for a ride, and here's my here's one of my SD cards. So I'm running two cameras, testing them, and see if my setup's going to work right. And I have 128 gig, which formatted out to 119 gig. I got home, I had 45.4 gig free, which would maybe be about another half an hour shooting at 1080p 60 frames a second. Okay, so I'm showing this to you on a screenshot that I took. Now I'm going to close this, and I'm going to go down here, and I'm going to show some pictures here. Now here's a picture of my motorcycle, which you can see got the back camera there, got the USB port there. Front camera's up here mounted on the fairing. And I'm using the GoPro when they came out with the HD GoPro, it would do 1080p back here, what, 2010? Maybe they brought it out late 2019. I bought it early 2010. So I'm using their mounts because it'll work. I can bring it up here full picture. But let's see here. Let me cut this back. Okay. Then wiring. I wanted it to look fairly neat on the bike. Well, there's a camera. That's not the wiring. You can see where the thing's going into the charger. Let's see what this picture is. Oh, there's the front one. The motorcycle came with a cigarette lighter plug up there in the fairing. I'll bring it up bigger. There I got my plug in. So you can see where I got the charging for the USB coming out and running up to the camera. Let's see if I can find the other picture. Shows the rear. I should have one showing the rear. Here it is. See there, I mounted the rear one, ran my wire from the battery, put a fuse on the line, and got this one here, and there's a cable plugged in, and it runs up to the camera. There's that one. Yeah, maybe a close-up of the front mount. See, there's the front mount. And you can see there are the old suction cups. I've never had one come loose, but I do tether them off. So I'm showing that. Okay. And one of my purposes for doing this was that I wanted to be able to see if it was going to record or shut off on me after 30 minutes, which I knew I did some tests where I'd rode and it was on for like half an hour or so. Now I dropped the clips in to my video editor software, and as you can see, I start there at here's the beginning, and I'm going to move this down. I had the camera running the whole time. moving down the timeline to get to the end of the clips. So see, here's an hour and 56 minutes. For some reason, and that's the rear camera. Now I know I didn't turn the cameras on right at the same time. And here's showing little over 2 hours and 10 minutes. You know, there's the 2 hours and 10 minutes, 7.68 seconds, whatever. And another thing you notice, like you see up here, after I load the the thing goes onto my hard drive, you know, they're going to have the DJI file names, and I get in there and I name them, like, you know, the front camera. Go back down here. There's the rear camera. You know, I got rear clip 18. I ended up with more clips. You know, I don't know how the camera does, but when I'm loading them in, I do that and name them like that, because that way I know. You know, in this software, when I drag it into the timeline, it'll put a check mark. So I can go down and keep them pretty, you know, they don't have to sit and look at the DJI numbers that good. And I can keep them in order and make sure I got all of them. Now, like I said, I have no clue as to why they are like that. You know, on the one showing more minutes or whatever. And another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here where I named them. I'll go down here, the T drive, and I put my videos in there. I make a folder called DJI whatever. And there's video I shot on I think the 13th. Here's video I shot today. And I make a folder with the date. You know, I make a folder and copy from the front camera to front camera clips. And the rear camera clips. And one thing I like about that too, if I go up here to show details, and as you can see, one thing I like about the camera is when it's saving the clip. Now I know I've renamed it, but it tells me the date it created and the time I started the camera. So instead of started the rear camera at 10:37, and it says I started the front camera at 11:08. So, but like I said, I got to go and figure out what was going on there. I'm going to leave this up for right now. And one of the things I've done is I went in and I split the video. You know, rear camera, front camera, and to where the engine started. I looked at the sound clip and got it for, like, I will cut this out, bring everything down, and hopefully the video will be in sync. I'm going to find that out later when I start editing and stuff. But I'm going to bring this back up, and you know, with the rock steady on, I'm going to bring this up, and it looks pretty good. Don't see no bounce or anything. Let me find a clip here that maybe show me going over a railroad track. That's not going to be it, I don't think. Somewhere maybe in this clip, I doubt it. Seems like it shoots like 6 minutes or something. There. car's slowing down. There's no, you know, the bike moves some, but there's no things going on. As far as I, you know, the camera never had a shutdown. I'll close that one. Go over here to my rear camera. See where I'm at on this one.
Grandma Barnes Road. It's not very far up there.
Okay, there I go over rail tracks. I'm going very fast. That's looking from the rear. Bounce. Let's shut that off. But what I'll do in here is I'll be going through which, you know, if I light these up, put check marks in there, so it's going to the rear camera view. You know, I want to see what the front camera's showing, I do that. Whatever, but I'll go in and I'll edit, try to have everything in sync. And I'll edit and I'll cut out long places I don't want, and this and that in both tracks. And you know, I'll move them that way. You know, when I want to switch from front camera to camera view, I'll clip them all out, have it to where it'll come out okay. But from right now, I'm pretty happy. You know, the camera never shut off to me. Thing, you know, I don't know. Look at this clip right here. So I'm showing the rear. Unless I forgot to drag something in. That's close to my house. Now I want to see what is showing up here, which I don't have them in line. I haven't moved them. That's showing way there. Really, it don't look like I got that much on. This might be something I have to work out with what's going on here, because it looks like everything. Okay, let's say clip 18 on this one. This isn't going to be down that area. That area ought to be up in here. Yeah, that's me coming home. I don't know what's happened there, but we will figure it out. But that's my rundown on it. I mean, the camera will run for a couple hours. My batteries was fully charged when I got home and all of that. So, I don't know. To me, it looked like it did a good deal. So, doing what I want, you know, because one thing I like to do when I'm riding, I don't want to think about, because I can't really turn camera on and off. I could probably, you know, if I was just running the front camera, I could reach the button, stop the recording, shut it off, turn it back on and do that. But when I'm riding, I don't want to fiddle with anything. I just want to be able to do my ride. And by me not having to worry about what the battery and stuff is, you know, running dead on me, or having to swap batteries out every 45 minutes, pull over, or whatever it would be. I know with rock steady on, it will, or stabilizing the video, it will, you know, to use up the battery faster and stuff like that. All I got to do is worry about my memory stick. You know, like right now, I know I could probably go to. I'm going to be safe. I would probably on a 128 gig card. I would probably say 2 hours and 15 minutes, shooting at 1080p at 60 frames a second. I should be able to view clip properties. It'll show you what I was shooting at, video type. You know, there it is, frame rate 59.94. Okay, let me close on that. I'm going to go down and check the rear. I thought it would be like 59.97 or something, but going by other video, but the same frame. No, see, that says 9.4. Yeah, same thing. So we'll have to work on seeing what's going on there, but the DJI will do its thing, you know, the way I'm wanting it, and I'm getting good smooth video. You know, I do know that as it's evening goes and the sun's going down and it gets darker, the night shots are decent, but I notice, because I don't know if it's because of low light and the camera ain't seeing nothing, but you'll start losing your it won't be doing a good a job at stabilizing. And that's all I have to say today right now. So you have a good day, and maybe this will help somebody that's doing what I'm doing.